Hello, my name's John. This is Biosigns Terminated, and you're watching Wargames, Models, and Other Hobbies. Hello, and welcome back to another video. Nice simple one, this one. I'm just going to be making the Biosigns Terminated, the Commemorative series model. Not much else to say. Let's open up the box and have a look at the contents. So we have a little instruction booklet, only 5 steps. It's a nice simple model to make. We have our base as well as our sprue. So let's have a little look at the sprue. We have the parts of the Terminator at the base. We've got the body, arms, one arm holding a Terminator helmet, and the main body. Unlike the other gene stealers that you get for the new Tyranids, this head is part of the body. So let's start putting it together. So first things first, we need parts 1, 2 and 3. So there is 1. Well, actually, this is 1. I just cut 2 out. Oh, never mind. It's the end of the day. And there is 3. Now, I have to say, I really do like gene stealers. Out of all the Warhammer Games Workshop aliens, gene stealers are my favourite. Out of fictional aliens, they are my second favourite, first being the Xenomorph from the Alien series. I really do love the whole kind of design of the Xenomorph, everything around it, but likewise with the gene stealer. I really love the gene stealers as well. They are, yeah, since I first saw them in first edition Space Hulk, I've always really liked them. So where's this? Okay, this sits that way around. Okay. Yeah, so I've always had a soft spot for the gene stealers. Let's find a glue with actual glue in. There we go. I'm using my Tamiya thin glue for this, as it is my now go-to for putting plastic models together. Nope, I've missed a little bit of sprue there. I'll just finish gluing this and then I'll tidy that up. There we go. Now I have had an idea for a possible conversion of this model, and nothing overly complicated, but I thought I'll build this first and then have a look at it and see if my idea is possible. There we have that gene stealer there. Now let's get part 4, which is the right leg and tail and a bit of the Terminator. So I actually got this model online. I think you can get it at, I think it's the Warhammer Store birthday celebrations whenever a store's got its birthday this year, but I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. But I thought, as I saw it quite reasonably priced, I'd pick it up. Okay, let's run some glue on the inside of this Terminator there. There we go. Let's have a look at it so far. So that's the body sitting on that destroyed Terminator armour. So the next thing I want is 5 and 6. So there is part 5. Apologies if you can hear any traffic in the background. I'm never sure if it comes across on the microphone. And 6. So the 5 and 6 are the more humanoid hands with 5 digits, 4 fingers and a thumb. Clearing this up. But yeah, I really do like Gene Stealers. They are one of my favourite. So that arm wants to go down, so it's resting on the armour. So let's get some glue in there. Whoop. First drop of the video. There we go, that's better. Let's put a little bit of glue on the seam there. Okay. And then the next one is find where that spot is. There we go. Oops. There we go, so that's sitting up like that, okay. There we go, that peg got it in place. Okay, and then the final bits, we've got 7 and 8, so that is the hand holding the helmet as well as the other one. But yeah, I said earlier on at the beginning of this video, Gene Stealers are one of my favourite fictional alien. I don't know what it is about them. I'm sure if you like them too, you can put it in the comments what you like about them. But yeah, there is something that ever since I first saw them, similar to the Xenomorph, there has been something in my psyche that really likes them. Okay. So this one is... that one goes in like that. So yeah, I'm making this model as stock, but also like the idea of thinking about possible conversions that could be done with this model. Okay, so that one. Okay, the pegs are a little bit annoying in comparison to the the other Gene Stealer models that you can get, but no, that's okay. Is that arm's come up too high? Okay, that's okay. There we go. Are they meant to be touching those arms? I don't think so. I think that's meant to be lower than that. Okay, we'll leave it there for now in that position. Okay. Not sure about the position of that one. Just looking at the box, and they do look okay. That's a bit better. Let's just run a little bit of glue just in the top there. Okay, and then finally we have the helmet being held. There we go. Probably put too much glue in this, but hey ho, that's alright. It's a solvent and it will disappear. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's looking nice. And then final part is attaching it to the base. So let's run a little bit of glue around the edge in places, and then just a little bit of capillary action around the edge here. There we go. Just want to see if that arm holding the head is in the right. Yeah, that's in the right position. Well, there we go. And that's it. That's Biosigns Terminated. Nice little model, this one. Now, I do have a little idea for a conversion for this. Nothing major. But let's rewind the video, go back to the beginning, and I'm going to start again. Okay, let's open up the box, and I've got an idea for a conversion with this model, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So we have a little instruction book, some nice easy steps there, a base and the model. I also have a box of Gene Stealers here, and there's a few things I'd like to adjust with this kit. So the first thing, let's have a look. I would like to use one of the squid heads. this model. We'll have a look at which one slightly later, and then yeah, I'm going to might use some different arms for some parts, but I'm not sure yet. Let's have a look at these heads. So right, I'm going to go for number 87. Sorry if that was off camera then. So yeah, I've had an idea for a conversion for this model for quite a while since I first saw it. And because the head is moulded on that part, it might be a little bit tricky to sort out, but let's have a look anyway. So I'm going to cut part 2 off first and tidy it up, and let's have a look. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little bit of surgery with the clippers, and I'm just going to cut behind the jaw. And then might have to cut the front of this head off as well. So let's cut the front of the head off. And then work my way back. There we go. Okay, and there is the head removed. So let's do a little bit of tidy up on this one. God, it'd have been awkward if that had not worked. So on this head, what I'm needing to do, let's trim some of this neck off. There we go. Okay, so if that's going to sit on there, I'm going to need to carve a little bit of this off here. Let's try and get this to fit. Okay. Make that a little bit flatter. Now, out of the Gene Stealer models, I do like the squid head, which I dropped on the floor. That's a drop for the video. There we go, picked it up again there. Okay, that's okay. Let's get part 1 and 3 together. There is part 1, there is part 3. Let's clean this up quickly. Okay. Try and get most of the mould lines off now. There's one under here, I think, as well. That's alright, there we go. Okay, let's start putting this together. Got my glue. Okay. Run some glue underneath. And then put Put some glue on the hip there. There we go. What I will do, let's put part 4 on now before I attach the head, just so I can make sure it's sitting in the right position. Now I might change the position of some of the arms on this one. I'll have to have a look when I've got the head in place. We'll see how it goes. Okay. But yeah, I do like doing little conversions on the models I get, and just a simple head swap and an arm swap can change the look of a model incredibly. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I mean, it'd be annoying if it didn't work, but hey, well, we can get to that when and if it happens, but hopefully this will be okay. If you enjoy my videos, I'd appreciate a little like and subscribe. As the channel is growing slowly, knowing that people are wanting to watch this content does make me want to make more. It is just an extra part of my hobby. I do like recording what I'm doing. Might have to put some green stuff in there later, but that's okay for now. Okay, let's have a look at the arms. Now, one of the arms, which is number 6, that is one that is leaning down onto the Terminator, so I want to put that one in place now. Now I do have a squad of, or a brood of, gene stealers for my Tyranids. One of my very slow growing armies. I do like the paint scheme that I've come up with for them. Is that alright? Okay. Well, that seems to have just stuck into that place. And then I want to get the one with the Terminator's head, the helmet. It's quite iconic for this gene stealer. Especially with the Angal head, the squiddy head. Let's have see where this sits. I might trim the peg off. Oops, sorry, it's out of focus there. Actually, no, I'm just going to put it there for now. So if the peg doesn't quite fit in for this one, I don't mind, because it will just position the head in a slightly different, sorry, the arm in a slightly different place. There we go, let's hold that for a little bit. Nice. Okay, so I do have 2 other arms on here, but I'm just going to have a quick look on the Gene Stealer sprue at all of the arms here, because there might be another one that kind of suits the position a bit better. Okay. I'm looking at the left arms first. That's, oh, I quite like that. Okay, so that one with the outstretched fingers, the reaching out, I think I'm going to use that one. So let's tidy this one up. So yeah, so just a little conversion by doing a head swap or arm swaps or both, weapon swaps, all those little things. Just personalising your models, I always find, adds a lot of character to what you're working on. Makes your army very individual. I need to just clip off the tab, safety squint on this one. Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, I like that. So let's put the glue in there. Just hold that in position there. Yeah, I really do like Gene Stealers. It's why I kind of have done quite a lot of conversions recently. I've got my Orc Gene Stealer cult that I'm working on. And I have my other Gene Stealer cults that I'm kind of working on as well. Is that okay? No, that's okay. Let's just bring it down slightly. So I'm thinking on the fly here as I'm doing this. I'm going to bring it... no, I'm going to bring it down a bit more. There we go. Yep, that's, whoops. Another drop. Got to be careful when I keep dropping these things. Right, and then the arm in the background. So currently this one is kind of up in the air, but I like the idea of what hand has it got? So it's got quite a closed out hand, but I think I like the idea of that one. So 81 with slightly more outstretched and the fingers open. I think I'm going to go for that one. All I've got to say right now is thank you so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models, Take Off, and Other Hobbies. That little nub, and again a safety squint. That one went flying. So this one, what I'm thinking of is having this one going backwards slightly. Rather than up in here. Let's put some glue in there. Kind of looking at the profile from different angles.